Boxing, believe it or not, I try and make my sessions fun, relevant. They've got to have a purpose as to what I'm doing. But I find boxing is a good way for coordination as well. So I'm teaching a young girl at the moment who's got MS. A lot of ataxia, hands, tremors are quite significant. So if I asked her to do certain shoulder movements, her hands would collide and she would hurt herself. But boxing with those gloves on, so if I'm stood in front of you and I've got mitts there and I'm asking you to hit here, then I'm asking you to hit here, then I'm asking you to hit here. Not only is that coordination, but it's also bringing in that control a little bit in terms of the tremors they feel. So bit of strength work to start making them stronger. All of a sudden, as you get stronger and stronger, so I will do more basic movements, bring in weights for those kind of movements. But then once the strength has built up in the arms, in the shoulder and the chest, upper back area, then you bring in the coordination and all of a sudden,
yeah, I think it's great.
They're hitting where I want them to hit rather than bypassing where I want them to hit. So it's becoming more targeted and more controlled. Yeah. So that's how I would work with coordination. I find bringing in boxing gloves just makes it fun. They're having a good time. And before they know it, I've asked them to coordinate. So if I'm stood here, I could ask you to punch here, my lovely. Oh no, you don't have to punch very hard. Then I could be over here. Then I could be down here. Down here. Swap hands. There we go, over here. This is looking easy, but imagine if you've got a fair bit of ataxia and a lot of tremors. This is not as easy.
Of course, for someone with ataxia, you're not going to see these nice movements. You're going to see this with ataxia, it's crossing the midline. So they're going to have these kind of movements, or we're going to have these undershoots or overshoots. So dysmetria, where they're going to stop too short or punch through your hands. And that's when you need to take your rings off because you're going to be punching it hard.
But no, or they circle around the hand. And then they get quite disappointed when that happens. So I've got to say, actually, do you know what? Well done. You're actually getting closer and closer to hitting the target. Keep going, keep going. And then lo and below, the target starts getting hit more often than not.
But that makes a difference to their real life. So putting the key in the front door.
Yes.
You know, we laugh about it when a drunk housemate comes back and you can hear their key scratching around the door. But if you imagine how frustrating it, and intention tremor with cerebellar disorders, the closer you get to the target, the worse the tremor gets. So you start out here and you feel pretty good, but by the time you try and get that key in the door, you're all over the place. So actually, boxing is a great one. So if you can actually start to get that key and just get into your house, the simplest of things.
Or picking up something off the floor, hence why I go quite low down. Can they get down there to pick something up off the floor?